Tester, 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 tester. Tester, tester, tester. All right, everyone, welcome back to another Drives-Room Acelith Design Endurance Championship. Round 6, Tier 1, and this is Season 4. Hey, Spooky, and as you can hear, I am not at full energy today. I am a little bit reduced after my second dose of the vaccine. And we have Gadget in the chat. Hello.
Hello, I've just had to leave the room because Mickey joined, so it was full. So not sure who the last man will be joining, but I didn't want to block their entry. So.
Yeah, who are we missing? Let's see. Alright, we have Lioness C. Oh, this is such a small screen.
I haven't seen Berkey yet. Is Berkey in the room?
No. You might be the one.
I think I've seen everybody else. Yeah.
No. Oh, no, yeah, Berkey's not here.
Yeah, he's the one.
Berkey.
You're streaming already, are you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me get your stream up.
So, yeah, I'm a little bit reduced today. I didn't think the vaccine would hit me too hard, but it's just wreaked havoc on my head today.
I think you are where Paul was 2 weeks ago. That was when he had a really off day. What was it? The wet race at Spa, was it? He was really struggling on that. I didn't realize it at the time when I was commentating with you, but when I watched his onboard stream back, he really seemed as if he didn't want to be there.
Yeah,
and it wasn't helped by the fact that he was driving the GTR, which was a real handful in the wet. Should be good here though. Should be good at Monza. You had the GTR when we were here in GR3, I remember, Kim, and you had a good race, I seem to remember.
I did love it, but it was in the second set of chicanes. I just got on the power too fast and spun out. I still remember that, and that was the race where Senna and Ronan had the big text chat argument.
Yes.
So I do remember that. Other than that, it was a very good race, but very difficult to catch up to people on this track. So
yeah, if you lose the slipstream, you really struggle.
So yeah, now I actually asked Paul earlier if what type of vaccine he got, and he got the same as me. So
which was what?
Pfizer.
I had AstraZeneca. I didn't have any reaction to either.
Okay.
It was just a very slightly sore arm for 24 hours, but you wouldn't even notice it unless you're actually poking yourself in the arm. So yeah.
The thing with me the first time, and now if I lift my arm over my head, I can feel it's like sore, or yeah. And my head has just been. Oh, Berkey entered the room. My head has been a little bit heavy today. Just I felt down on power, but that's about it. So.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you can muddle through.
Yeah.
I'll do my best to give you some respite, but I'm not really able to do what I did last time. I haven't got control of my own screens or the timing screens, and I'm following the action, which is probably 15 seconds behind
Yeah.
real time.
It's a shame that we don't have the ability to have 20 players in a
Yeah,
room. It's just
that would be cool.
I just don't understand the logic and reasoning behind that decision.
Because you can have 20 in FIA, can't you?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so the game is set up for it. I don't get it.
Hopefully, it will be room for more on GT7.
Yeah.
If it's just 16 players, I'm gonna be very surprised. Ugh.
Maybe it's the way that the servers are set up. Maybe when it's an FIA race, maybe there's some central server running it that's got more bandwidth than if you're doing a personal lobby. It's more like peer-to-peer. I don't know. I'm guessing here. There must have been some reason, because why would you not want
Yeah.
lobbies as big as possible?
Hey Jack. Well, Gadget isn't in the lobby, so it's gonna be a little weird.
Yeah, it's a full house, 15 drivers, so only one spectator stroke commentary spot, which is a shame.
Why did 15 players have to join today?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, let's out in the Lesmo. I think that was the yeah. So, how's your vacation been, Gadget?
It was wonderful, and I'm really delighted to get back to temperatures which are about 15 degrees cooler and a gloomy sky after 5 weeks. Well, say 4.5 weeks. I came back for 5 days midway through, but 5 weeks in the Algarve, it was glorious. So, I guess a few things about tonight's race then. So, obviously, a 1 hour endurance race as normal. We estimate that tonight's race is going to be probably 33 laps. Um, it's not a particularly long pit stop here at Monza, which is surprising with the long straight. You would think that you would lose more time, but it's a fast pit entrance, and you do start braking shortly after you get up to speed on the pit lane exit. So we estimate the actual net time loss for a pit stop is about 17 to 18 seconds. So on the basis of that, I don't think anybody will be trying a no stop. And apart from that, fuel wouldn't last. It's quite a track which is hungry on fuel. You've obviously got 100% throttle open for a big part of the lap with all the long straights. So I think, very, unless somebody goes crazy with the fuel saving, your fuel's not going to last more than about probably less than 2/3 of the race. So you're going to have to stop anyway. So it's just a case of whether it's going to be 1, 2, or 3 stops. It's quite an easy track to pass on. If you've got better grip, there's lots of slipstreaming opportunities. So people doing a more aggressive strategy and stopping maybe 3 times, I don't think they're going to get held up in traffic as much as they could do on some of the other circuits. So I think 3 is going to be an option for some.
A 3 stop, you mean?
Yeah, potentially. We'll find out if we see people coming in around about lap 7 or 8, then they're potentially 3 stopping. If they're coming in around lap 10 or 11, it's going to be 2 stopping, and obviously if they go all the way to lap 16 or 17, that's going to be a 1 stop.
How are, if you've done some testing, how does the tires look after about, let's say, 10 laps?
The tires actually don't look too bad if you just look at the tire wear gauges, but from the little bit that I did, after about lap 9 or 10, you do start losing some serious lap time. And, given that it's not that long a pit stop, people need to take that into consideration. I would expect that most people will probably go into the race thinking a 2 stop, but with the option to modify it to a 1 or a 3 depending on what happens. Obviously, there's lots of things can go wrong. If you have a crash and you clip a bar and you get damaged, then you're going to have to switch strategies if you're going to have to go in and do a repair. So I think people need to have a few options open, particularly with the potential mayhem that could happen lap 1, turn 1 into the chicane.
Yeah.
We haven't. I think we've got a pretty well-behaved lobby in Tier 1. Most people are pretty well-seasoned racers. They know the heavy damage model, and you're not going to win the race at turn 1, but you can certainly lose it, as they always say. And so hopefully everybody's respectful. I was talking with Plux. He's running the series while I'm away, but we did discuss the options for the start, and he said, "What do you think about rolling start?" And my opinion was that if we did the double file rolling start, it could potentially be worse than a standing start, because the double file does actually bunch the cars up more than the the in-game rolling start.
Yeah.
And with the slipstream coming out of a fast corner, the final turn is very fast. You potentially could have half the field all drafting past the other half by the time we get to that chicane. So, if anything, I don't think there's a perfect answer for this. I think everybody's just got to be sensible, show respect to everybody, get through that first chicane, and take it from there. There's no easy way with Monza, because even when we had the Monza no chicane, the problem still exists on the first lap. The only thing is it just moves halfway around the track to the what is then the second chicane, which becomes the first chicane, and that's the bottleneck. I wouldn't like to be going into that chicane in the middle of the pack tonight. There's lots of potential for ruining your race.
No, I do remember the couple of races we've had there. Didn't we have one of the race starts in a rolling start with the Group 3s, or am I remembering absolutely wrong? I just get a feeling that we've had a rolling start in the Group 3s, but I can't remember for sure.
I think we actually introduced the rolling starts after we had the problem with the Group 3 race and Ronan and all the rest of it, and that was when we started doing rolling starts for potential troublesome turn 1s, particularly with the more powerful cars. We did a Group 1 race here, didn't we? I'm pretty sure that was a rolling start.
I don't really remember at the time.
Which was the race when Ben famously took off Dawson?
I've heard of that, but I don't think I ever saw that.
Were you not in that race?
No.
Were you not in that race?
No.
Okay. That was when I think Dawson was leading and Plux was comfortably behind him, like 20 seconds behind him, and Dawson was lapping Ben, and Ben turned in on him or lost it or something. It was obviously it wasn't his fault, but and they were on chat together. They were on party chat, and it was like no. I mean, Dawson took it very well. He never took it that seriously, it was a bit of fun for him.
Yeah, it was just basically a mistake, driver error. So
that's all it was, and Ben was mortified, you know, that he'd taken out the leader, and Plux was obviously pleasantly pleased.
Ben was in his Lexus and took out Dawson's NSX at Ascari. Okay, so Jack has memory of that.
Is that Flapjack? Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Flapjack. Yes. Yeah. That's so. So that was okay. So that was GR2. So we probably had a rolling start for that race, I would have thought, because it lends itself quite well to a rolling start, because it's, even if you're at the back of the grid, at least you're coming off a fairly fast corner. It's not like being lumbered with the race starting when you're exiting the bus stop chicane at Spa, for example, when you really do, you know, suffer a big disadvantage. So who do we fancy here tonight? There's quite a good selection of cars. The Jags, I think, are pretty good. I did a couple of laps in the Jag, and that felt pretty stable.
I have no idea what could be the optimal car tonight. I really don't know.
Well, one of the deciding factors here is how well the cars go through the chicanes and take the high curbs, because in order to be quick, you do need to take quite a bit of curb through the chicanes. The mid-engine cars tend to typically be more nervous and more liable to you know, lift an inside wheel and spit you out. So I couldn't properly test last night because I sound completely rusty. I've not really driven at all for 6 weeks, so I was almost relearning the game last night. But I could tell the difference between the few cars I did 2 laps in each, and yeah, the mid-engine cars, if you take too much curb, they could cause you a problem. The front-engine cars like the GTR, the Mazda, and the Jag, they all felt pretty comfortable going over the curbs. The Porsche felt pretty good as well, even though that is actually officially a mid-engine car. That felt probably the easiest to get through the chicanes. But the Porsche is not great on power, and this is a power circuit. It's not got brilliant top end, and it's certainly not got the turbo punch of the GTR or the supercharger punch of the Jag. I think if you're in a Porsche, you need to be playing a clever game and getting in somebody's slipstream and letting them drag you down the straight.
Bottle just messed up last turn, so it's gonna be a bad lap for him. So we see Senna over the line with 147.8 and Juggernaut 146.2. John,
were you calling those times out exactly as they came up? Because I'm not that far behind you actually, in terms of my delay.
And Linesi has a 46.5, so he's 0.2 behind Juggernaut at the moment.
Yeah.
Johnny with a 46.7. So it's very close so far, from what I can see. I think this is going to be a slipstream qualifier more than anything. How is the dirty air going to affect the cars during this qualifier and stuff? It must weaken the braking points and all that.
Yeah, through through the 2 Lesmos, it's difficult to follow closely through there. You start losing front end.
Is it technically more difficult to follow in the slipstream on Monza, or is it better to stay out of the slipstream, especially on the qualifiers?
I think if you've got a better handling car, you probably want to drop back a little bit going into the corners and gain and get within that 0.8 of a second as you exit the corner, and hopefully you can be dragged down the straight then. Being right up somebody's exhaust pipe going into a corner could cause you a problem. As I say, the 2 Lesmos and the final turn as well.
And we have Blue Racer now up into second place with a 46.4.
Yeah, Blue looked strong last night, actually.
And Lanesi was stuck up Spooky's exhaust pipes through the last turn. So Spooky's probably loving that. As we see a 47.3 for Paul, 46.7 for Plux. Fourth place so far, not bad in the slower Renault. I thought that would be further down, but
I did too. I mean, I drove that car maybe for the first time last night, and I must admit, I look at Flux. You can see the rear is trying to overtake the front a little bit through the chicane there. I couldn't get on with that car at all, but we all know Plux. He'll drag a result out of it, even though I think he'd be the first to admit he picked the car on the basis of its wet weather performance at Spa.
Yeah.
I think we might see, reverse, where the cars that were particularly bad at Spa, like the GTRs, will be stronger here, and cars like Pluxes will drop back a little bit. The Porsche was good at Spa, and I think it will be good here, but it won't necessarily be the best car.
No, it does lack the top end, that's for sure. I know that about the Porsche, but handling-wise, it's a very strong one.
And it's also got very smooth power delivery, so that means you can typically get on the power earlier. It's not going to suddenly spin up its rear wheel. Oh, there's people going off all over the place. Who was that? That was Jag.
Yeah, I'm
out of the final turn.
Replaying Jag now, and he got on the gravel and
you see that might have been the dirty air from Ness's Beetle there that sent him wide.
But so far he's in pole with the Porsche, so can't say that's exactly bad. We have how do you say the difference between Blue and Juggernaut at this point? 0.153.
Between Blue and Juggernaut, yeah. 0.153, yeah, and then hardly anything, 0.083 back to Nessie. So the Beetle's looking good.
Wow. Yeah, Nessie's very close.
Yeah.
I did talk with Nessie yesterday on his FIA stream, and he didn't have the biggest hopes for this track, but for the moment, he's looking on to a third.
Looking good, yeah.
And Johnny seems to be struggling a little bit, but is 006 behind Plux at the moment. Not bad.
Yeah, he's pushing, but he seems to be around the 47 dead. He tipped into a 46.7.
Oh, we have Blue with a new fastest lap time of 1:46.192.
I wonder if anybody's going to get into the 45s.
Yeah, that could be interesting.
Yeah.
Spooky with a 46.462.
So yeah, Spooky's in a Jag as well, of course. What have we got? Spooky, Blue, and who else is in a Jag? Is Berkey in a Jag? Berkey's in a Jag. Berkey's in a GTR.
Yeah, Berkey's in the Godzilla.
Yeah. Dennis? I think Dennis is in a Jag, isn't he?
No, he's in the Lexus.
Ah, yeah. That's one that we haven't seen too much of in Tier 1 since... I think Knee Jogger used to run that a lot.
And Glover's in the Cabriolet Golf. Paul seems to be struggling a little bit. From what I talked to him earlier, he seems to struggle a little bit on this track.
Oh, really? Okay.
And And KLS is in the Jag. We have Mickey in the Jag, Berkey, GTR, and your teammate, I don't know how to say his name, Vlad?
Vlad, just call him Vlad, yeah.
Vlad, yeah.
Vlad, yeah.
And in the Porsche. And we have Senna in 15th. Can we find him?
Yeah, and that surprises me because before driving them, I would have thought the Mercedes would have been pretty good around here.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, Senna with a new one, 47.3, putting him into 12th.
Okay, he's got himself off the back of the grid there.
Who is now, Vlav is now in, 14th, Berkey down in last.
So, contrary to what I expected, the GTR is not going that well with Berkey in 15th and Britain split 11th. That's not what I was expecting.
I think they've crucified the Godzilla quite a bit. Let's see where...
Added weight or took power away?
I don't know. Maybe power away, maybe weight. I don't know. I haven't driven it in a while, so... As we see, Nessie has parked on the wall.
Wow, plucked all the way down in 7th at the moment.
Yeah.
And it's a standing start, and I believe the Renault is not great at getting away off the line either. So that could get even worse for Plux before he gets into turn 1. The Jags are very good at getting off the line. Porsche is so-so.
So far, the Jag of Blue seems to be the fastest on track, with Jagging out right behind.
Yeah, 85 thousandths of a second between Blue and Jag. Between Blue's Jag and Jag's Porsche.
We have a few more times, 47.1 for Senna and 47.0 for KLS. Putting KLS in 9th, Senna down in 10th. Britain's pit is all the way down in 11th at the moment.
That's a shame because he, a few races ago he really had a shot at the championship, and then Spa happened, and he obviously had his problems when he was running very strongly at Dragon Trail, and then lost it coming out of turn 1 and dropped all the way down the order, and that's really derailed his challenge because it was looking like Bottle Job and Paul and maybe Blue as well were going to give Pluck a run for his money this season, but
a new best lap time from Paul with a 47.069, so he's in the top 10 at least. But we know how good Paul is on tire saving and fuel saving, so
he's got very good race strategy. If you've ever watched him on board, what gives him his excellent tire wear is his movement on the steering. His steering inputs are so smooth. I was watching him on board at Dragon Trail and going through that kind of sort of 4 apex section in the middle section of the track. He was nailing it, just one steering input and then keeping a constant lock all the way through. And that really helps tyre wear if you can do that. It's adjustment on the wheel which wears the front tyres, and he really has that off to a T, and that's what allows him to do these amazing one-stoppers that have worked so well for him.
But can you believe the chaos last week with all of the spins we experienced in that race? It was flipping insane. My voice itched until the day after. It was just dead.
I was watching that. Plux, on the face of it was a really easy win for Plux. I can't remember what the winning margin was. 30 seconds, something like that. It looked very easy on paper, but interestingly, it wasn't so much that Plux was that much faster. It was just that everybody else was like almost saying to him, well, go on then, Plux, you win because I'm going to go off track here, or I'm going to mess up my strategy or whatever. It was really handed to him. I mean, he put together a very solid drive and didn't make any mistake and was rapid, but he wasn't as rapid as the race result would tend to suggest. It was others that were kind of giving it to him.
Alright, looks like we've finished the qualifier, just waiting for people to...
Can you bring up the timing screen a minute,
Yes,
Kim?
sir.
Just while the timer counts down. So yeah, pretty close. Yeah. Can you go down to the bottom? Okay, so Vlad at the back.
Yeah, seems like he struggled the most.
47.6, yeah. 47.6 down to 46. So, 1.6 seconds between pole and 15th. It's not a lot. It's not a lot on a 1 minute 50 odd second lap. It's quite a long lap. So 1.6 seconds shows how competitive Tier 1 is this season.
Absolutely.
It is that you notice that if somebody makes a mistake, even if they're one of the fastest drivers there, Blue or Paul or something, if you make that mistake and you lose 10-15 seconds with a spin or an unscheduled pit stop, no matter how good you are, you can't get that back. You might get back 1 or 2 places, but the chance of a win or a podium is pretty much gone.
Yeah, I've noticed that so far in the previous season and this season. It's incredibly close between all drivers, and it could be anyone's gain, depending on what happens during the races. But yeah. So, round 6 about to start.
Yeah.
Good job from Blue, Juggernaut, and Spooky, and all of the others. And Plux is all the way down in 7th. Unusual to see him that low on the grid.
He will probably confirm afterwards his worst qualifying result for 6 seasons or something. He usually has all these stats in his head. So here we go.
We're off. It looks like a good start from Blue and Spooky.
Yeah.
Juggernaut seems so slow off the line.
Both the Jags away well. Here we go. Hold your breath, guys.
Oh, trying to look down the field.
Oh, little tap from Bottle Job on the rear of Nessie there, I think. Hopefully no damage. But everybody else seems to have made it through safely. Certainly nobody in the kitty litter.
No. Let's see.
Can you check damage for Nessie and Bottle Job? I thought I saw a tap.
Yeah, Bottle Job nothing, and Nessie nothing. So
that's good.
It was just
you don't want that on the first lap.
Tiny love tap.
Yeah, it was. It was just caught up. Closing speeds, concertina effect.
Yeah, I'll agree with you on that, Jack. It was close and clean after turn 1, that's for sure.
Where is Plux? He's not showing in the top 8, so he lost there. How far down is he?
Plux is all the way down in 9th. We are going to see if we can get a replay of that in a moment.
I did say the Renault is not great off the line, so that's not a surprise.
Well, he's shown in the top 8. As we see, Spooky is trying to go for a move on the outside to the last turn, but yeah, okay, he's slotted down behind Blue again. Linus is all the way up in the exhaust pipes of Yeah.
The Beetle needs a slipstream because I mean look at the height of its roof.
Mm.
You feel as if you could drive that car standing up.
Blue really has to go on the defensive as we see. Oh, who's gonna get? Oh, looking a little twitchy from Spooky's car.
Yeah. Oh, he's not going to go around the outside of Curva Grande though, but he will. No, I was going to say
Blue's
he's got
going
that.
very defensive.
Can we have a look down and see? Looks like Johnny Hodgson was a big loser on that first lap because he started 5th and he's not showing top 8.
Let's see, Johnny's all the way down in 11th.
Right, so maybe he had an off or something then.
He's battling Vlav at the moment, so we're just gonna. Oh shit!
Oh, what happened there? It looked like he went through him.
Oh, I pressed the wrong button, so we've. Oh. Johnny is. Oh, yeah, Johnny's got a big dent on his left side, left front.
No damage shown on the car, though, right?
I mean, no damage at all. As we see, Spooky is going side by side through the. It's Ascari, I think. Oh, we got 3 wide, almost 4 wide down the straight.
Wow.
Oh,
look at this.
Bottle Job is getting in on
the lead, right?
Yeah, Jag is in the lead at the moment.
This could end in tears.
Wow, Blue all the way down in 3rd, so he's lost 2 positions through Ascari.
There's a little bit of a gap now between Bottle Job in 5th and Senna in 6th, so the Merc is not bad on top end, so he won't miss the slipstream as much as some of the others. But
no, and we have Paul all the way up in 7th at the moment.
He's making his way up then. He'll be wanting to try and get on the back of Senna's big Merc.
Plux is right behind Paul, so it's going to be interesting to see. Top 4 seems to be very close, but oh, Juggernaut just seems to have a lot better grip through.
It's very good over the curbs. The Porsche I found.
It's not a car I expected to see out in front. I'll say that.
The Porsche is a good all-rounder, and it's that smooth power delivery that is its strength. That's what makes it so good in the wet, because it doesn't spin up its rear wheels even if you floor the throttle.
There's no turbo in the Porsche, is it? No. It's naturally aspirated.
I don't think so. Yeah. Spooky Bottle.
Well, it's been clean so far from what I can see. So
who's that on the mini-map right off the back? Has that somebody been into the pits with damage? Who's last place?
Oh, Mickey must have been into the pits. It's going to be too far from my replay to catch, but I think something bad has happened to Mickey.
His lap 1 was 2 minutes 45, so I'm guessing he had damage and then had to pit. That's unfortunate for him.
Johnny now, 148 so far, trying to chase down Clover. We have Dennis and Vlav battling. Berkey trying to follow. KLS.
Yeah. Berkey carrying a pen so he can't pass anyone.
Oh, yeah, I didn't notice that. Yeah. Oh, little twitchy from Spooky out of the second chicane. Keeping the car planted on track. Plux is up into 7th, so he's past Britt. Looks like he's pulling away from him too. I wonder. Maybe Britt is doing some fuel saving?
See where his change point is. Yeah, he's not revving it right out.
Do you have his stream in the background as well?
No, I
Okay.
don't.
And I've missed this. Blue has passed Juggernaut again.
Oh wow. I think we could be on for a race-long battle with this, unless somebody gets away.
Oh.
Because look, even the Porsche is able to pull alongside of the more powerful Jag in the slipstream. He's got the inside. He'd probably get this corner. Yeah. Oh, he's holding on to it.
Side by side through the
Looks
first
it.
chicane and side by
I
side
think,
through turn
yeah,
2.
the Porsche's got the inside into Curva Grande, and will.
Yeah, he's ahead of Blue. Blue is diving on the inside. We got side by side with Spooky and Lionessy as well.
Oh my God!
Oh, drifting from Lionessy. Holy crap!
Very tight into the Roger chicane there. Now into the Lesmos. This is pretty cool. 4 different cars in the top 5.
Did not expect that at all.
Yeah.
I'm trying to pay attention down the field, and we see Britt has. Where's Plux? Plux is all the way down in 10th.
Maybe he tried a move and it didn't work out. Go and look at Plux a minute and see his lap times. So no, there's no really slow lap time there. He must have maybe just got shuffled down the pack, hung out to dry maybe at a corner.
I think his rear end must have kicked out on him. He's passing Senna into the last turn. Oh, wow. Senna gets him back.
You see the rear of that Renault starting to get a bit slip-slidey.
Tire difference. Not a lot of tire difference between Plux and Senna.
But that's probably bad for Plux because we all know Senna is pretty heavy on tires.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's improved a lot since he went to use a wheel, but he's no Pool, that's for sure.
Looks like Juggernaut and Blue is carving out a little bit of a gap down to Spooky and Nessie. Just under a second. Over a second now. But there's battles all over tonight. It's going to be difficult to pay attention to just one.
Bottle Job is just beginning to drop off the back of that first pack. Well, we've actually got 2 2s and then a 1 now. It was they were all 5 together.
Let's take a look.
And I think with the way the cars are lined up, you know, the Porsche won't be able to get away from the Jag because the Jag is quicker on the straight.
Yeah.
And if the Jag passes, I think the Porsche can stay with him through the corners. So,
but one thing I'm noticing,
interesting race.
One thing I'm noticing right now is that Jag looks to have used a little bit more front tires than Blue, and I think I think Juggernaut signaled Blue to pass. Yep. Juggernaut signaled Blue to pass. Why did he do that? Maybe to save tires?
I don't think saving tires is going to be, if you're staying behind somebody, you're going to be wearing tires more, but it might be saving fuel. We might just fancy the slipstream down the straight and back it off a little bit.
As we see,
I'm expecting most of these cars to be able to do around about 20 laps on a tank of fuel. Some will be better than others. Plux, no. I mean, Bottle Jobs Mazda is particularly good on fuel. I think it's probably the most fuel-friendly GR3 car.
I am going to take a look at the fuel levels. Blue Racer.
Blue's good on fuel.
Yeah. Jiggernaut has used a little bit more than Blue. Spooky at the same amount as Jiggernaut, and yeah, Linus is at the same level as Spooky and Jiggernaut, and Bottle Job has a little bit more than them, but not by much.
Yeah.
And yeah, it seems like this track is just eating away at the fuel. Johnny.
How's that gap between? So 4.2 seconds between Bottle Job and Brit. Be interesting to watch that gap. See if Brit is able to reel in.
It looks like the Renault is very thirsty as well. Plux has used a lot of fuel.
He has. But he's running in clean air at the moment, so he's getting no slipstream. But I think you're right. I think I remember from Spa, as good as the Renault was, one of its downsides was it drank fuel a lot more.
Senna's dropped down to 10th, Glover in 9th.
Yeah.
And it looked...
Senna had a bad lap 5 by the look of it, at 154, so maybe he had a slight off.
And we have Dennis passing Vlav through the first chicane.
Oh, he's run wide a bit. No, he's kept it on track.
Looks like they're having a good battle. It's a shame to have seen Dennis and Mickey being so far behind the field and so spread out, and just if I was driving, it would have been very boring to not have anyone next to me.
Yeah.
So. And
poor old Mickey is the one that's suffering that. He's half a lap down. That's what a unscheduled pit stop does for you.
Yeah. We have KLS in 13, just ahead of Berkey. Berkey seems to be struggling a lot in the Godzilla. And Mickey there. It's going to be a boring race for Mickey, for sure.
Oh, Berkey front damage, I noticed.
Is it? Hold on. Let's see there. Oh, yeah, you're right. He's got damage, but he's still managing to keep the car on track.
He's probably trying to make it to either this lap, because if anybody stops this lap, it'll be a three stopper, or he'll try and make it through to lap 10 and go to a 2-stop.
That GTR just looks so friggin' huge compared to the Jag, as we see Berkey going past KLS through the last turn. KLS was very deep, and wow, he dropped it down 1.1 seconds to him. So he made a big... Oh, yeah, KLS is on mediums as well.
Ah, yes, good spot.
That's why he's a little bit slower.
So I think KLS is probably trying a 1-stop then.
That could be. He's going to need a lot of fuel, but...
You won't no-stop. You just won't do the fuel. You see, he's already used nearly half a tank, and we're only 15 minutes in, so he's definitely going to need to stop for fuel.
And we have the top 3, less than a second between each other. Yep.
So Spooky is closed in, because that was at 2+2 when we last looked, and the Jag has got onto the back of the Porsche now. So Jaggernaut is in a Jag sandwich.
Yeah.
Spooky's not really had the best of results this season. He's shown good speed, but circumstances have conspired to keep him out of really good points. He was running well at Dragontail, I remember, and had an off, but everybody had an off apart from Plux at Dragontail, so that's...
Well, that's not true. Plux did have an off, but he managed to save the car and get it pointed still in the right way.
He didn't get any damage. And
no. He was very close, but he narrowly avoided it. As we see Juggernaut going from move. Whoa! Oh, that's going to slow him down a lot. Spooky is right on his heels.
A good battle, these three.
Oh, yeah. Let's see how far Bottle Job is behind. 3.6. So Lionessy has dropped down to 5th. I noticed that now too.
Oh yeah.
And
so
Paul. Lionessy just hit one of the big orange boards.
Yeah. I just saw that. Yeah. So Lionessy had a poor lap 9, a 1:53. So something happened to him on the last lap.
Oh, I think
and now he's got.
I think the prime in his tires are gone.
He's off on the Lesmo one. Yeah, remember what you asked about tires, and I said you notice the tires really start to drop off on lap 8 or 9, and I think Nessie is finding that.
I'm curious to see
so he's got,
Paul's tires. Oh wow, look at Paul's tires. They look a hell of a lot better than anyone else on track now, that's for sure. That's the smooth driving style you talked about.
Yeah, and he's got Johnny Hodgson right with him as well. He's going for a move into the final turn.
He showed himself in the rear mirrors as we see Bottle Job into the pits already at 10.
So that's going to be an asymmetrical 2-stop, I would guess. He'll probably do 10, 11, 13 or so, 10, 11, 12 laps, something like that.
Spooky has finally gotten himself up into 2nd place and is chasing Blue. Juggernaut down to 3rd.
Juggernaut does not want to lose the slipstream of these two Jags, thus they could run and hide.
I know how fast the Jag is. I've driven against Spooky a good amount of times, and I've never been able to beat him while he's in the Jag. He's rapid.
Yeah. Oh, look at the action behind. 4th, 5th, 6th.
Oh, in the rear. Yeah. Let's see if we can get a little replay of that.
There was shenanigans. Yeah. Wait, Plux is all the way up into 5th now. What happened there?
Wow, look at this. Oh, and Lionessy has unfortunately blown the engine.
That looked like a pretty ambitious move from Johnny Hodgson there, to be honest. And I think he's waiting. Johnny is waiting for Nessie.
Nessie is no more, so yeah.
What? Has Nessie left the room?
Nessie has disconnected, I think.
So I can jump in then?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I don't know what happened to Nessie. Is there a way to see?
It looked to me as if Johnny went for a move on the inside of the chicane, messed up his braking and straight lined it, knocked Nessie off.
I think Nessie actually disconnected through the 2nd chicane.
And then you see Johnny slowing down to try and wait for Nessie.
Yeah.
Which is what caused...
He just tapped Nessie. Yeah, Nessie has disconnected. That's what I think happened. Pure and simple. It's not a rage quit. That was a disconnect. Because he disappeared so fast. Let's see replay angles. There we go. Paul is all the way up in 3rd.
Yeah, he's working his way to the front.
Oh wow, the rear left tires of the Jags in front have really started to take a beating now. They're still out though. And Bottle is out on fresh tires. Juggernaut has gone into the pits as well. KLS is in 6th but hasn't been into the pits. Plux has come out in 7th on fresh tires. I don't think he took on fuel.
No, he must have. He must have had a splash of fuel.
Senna with just under half a tank of fuel right now. Fresh tires. Glover has filled up a little bit. Vlav has fresh tires and a little bit fresh fuel, it looks. Johnny, same. Dennis. And wow. Berkey's topped off his tank.
Oh, Pluck's going for a move into the last turn to pass Bottle Job.
Let's see. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh! What in the world? Take a look back. Oh, he's passing KLS.
So Bottle Job went in. Oh no, what was I looking at then?
It could have been a little bit mixed up in the table. It takes a lap or two for it to stabilize for new joiners. Alright, away with the replay angles. Bottle Job is 6.5 seconds behind Paul at the moment, and only 2.6 in front of Juggernaut. And I can confirm that Linessy has lost connection. Had an awful day. So couldn't.
What a shame.
Yeah, very shame. You looked like you were doing good, Linessy. So it happens.
Is Nessie on your stream now?
Yeah, he sent me a message on the stream.
In fact, every cloud, Nessie. At least I can do the commentary now. I'm sure that won't be very, very, very good news to you. But as I say, every cloud.
Oh, concentration, not connect. Oh. Okay, sorry. So he's been having a bad day then. Couldn't focus to continue.
So Blue and Spooky still haven't stopped, right?
No, they're still out. They've been out for 14.
Neither is Brit.
Nope. And Brit's tires are looking just about the same now. It seems like the Godzilla's tires are starting to drop off. Hey JC, welcome. So yeah, 3 in front has not pitted yet, but I think Bottle Job and Juggernaut will start to catch them up.
Yeah, so at the moment, kind of Bottle Job is leading the race if you take the pit stops into account, because he's 15, 16 seconds off the lead, and they will drop at least 17 seconds, or Blue will drop 17 seconds when he pits. So,
but by the looks of it right now, to me, it seems like they're going for a one stop. If they're staying out for 5 more minutes, it really looks like a one stop to me.
Yeah, they're doing a one stop. I would guess, say, a 33 lap race. They'll probably do stop on lap 16 and then stop again on lap 17. Or, sorry, 17 laps later. So stop on lap 16 and then run to the end.
Yeah, Yeah, Ball Job can see Brett or Paul in his sights right now.
Spooky's front left is really hurting.
Oh yeah, the difference between Blue and Spooky's car, yeah, that's a big difference. He's got to be struggling to.
And Blue is also quite a bit better on fuel in the same car than Spooky as well.
One thing I've never really understood about the tire wear stuff. When, for example, Spooky's tire now is that much worn on the left side, is it more difficult to turn in to the right, or is it left turns?
More difficult to turn right.
Okay.
So it's always the outside tire which is loaded, which is the one that you need the grip.
Okay.
So this is predominantly, it's a clockwise circuit, so they're predominantly right turns, and that's why the left-hand side is significantly more worn than the right-hand side. Yeah, Bottle Job only 1.5 behind Brit now.
Yeah, he's catching up. But I will say Paul does have the better tires out of the 2 in front. Or no, he has same tire wear as blue at the moment.
Yeah, Paul and blue are pretty much equal on tires and fuel. Blue is slightly better fuel, I would say. But on the other hand, he's 12 seconds in front of Britt, so blue definitely in the better position at the moment on the same strategy.
Juggernaut looks to be catching a little bit on Bottle Job, just by a tiny margin. Plux is 10 seconds behind. I think it's going to be difficult for him to do anything, sadly.
Well, he'll close up on the leading three. Where is Britt going to come out when he stops? Let's see. He's 12 seconds off of blue. Okay, so I think when Britt stops, he will come out between Plux and Senna.
Ah.
So, yeah, I think when the leading three stop, Bottle Job will be leading.
Oh, we have Johnny with an attack on Senna. And Senna going very wrong. Oh, and he hits the orange curb thing that Nessie hit out on track. No damage, but Johnny has gotten himself up into 7th through the second chicane. As we see it. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I thought Johnny had pushed him off then for a moment, but I can see clearly in the replay, Senna lost it all on his own, and Johnny was just navigating his way around a recovering car.
Johnny did not even touch him. And we see Glover just in front of your other teammate, Vlav.
So Plux is actually gaining quite a bit of time on the non-stoppers at the moment, on the leading three. He's basically got clean air in front and behind him, so he's just time trialing at the moment. Oh, there's a battle between Britt and Juggernaut into Curvy Grande side by side.
There's no point for Paul to even fight that, I would imagine. Oh yeah, he's not going to be able to keep Juggernaut behind for that much longer.
No. Well, I think the leading three will all pit this lap.
Yeah, they've been out for 17.
Yeah.
So we're seeing one of Paul's usual one-stoppers.
Yeah. I personally don't think that's the way to go. I think a two-stopper is quicker. But it's interesting that he's actually interfered quite a bit with Juggernaut there. Mm-hmm. That's cost Jag quite a bit of time. Nothing wrong with it. They're racing for position. Paul has every right to defend his position.
Absolutely. Yeah, we have blue into the pits.
And I think Britt will come in as well. So where is...
Plux is coming through the final corner now. Hey, Gary. And he's passing or driving next to the pit wall right now. And will he come? Oh, he came out before blue. He's in third. Plux is in third.
So why did blue take so long? Blue added a lot of fuel.
Yeah. That fuel is going to the end.
Yeah.
Spooky took on a little bit more fuel than blue again, and Johnny comes out a second, 1.2 behind
Spooky.
Yeah. So the order has changed quite a bit. And where is Paul? Paul has dropped down to 10th.
He also had to take a lot of fuel on. Paul, right.
Hey Gary, Gadget, the creator of ADEC, is in chat with me today, helping me with the commentary.
Which Gary is this? A Gary that I know?
The German.
Gary the German.
Yeah, I can't say his PSN name, so I call him Gary. I gave him the nickname Gary.
I think we all do.
Never heard of him.
Look at the back of Vlad's Porsche. That looks like it's it's had quite a beating.
Yeah, he must have either been hit from the back or smashed his car slideways.
That looks like rear contact from a car behind to me. If he would have backed it into the wall, he would have got engine damage. So yeah, I think that's probably a punt from behind. He's shaping up to have a look at Glover here.
He's keeping up with Glover.
Yeah, that VW is very quick in a straight line. One of the quickest.
Yeah, I can attest to that, because when I was in the Viper, which is a very good fast car, I struggled to stay away from Ricey when he drove that thing, and I screamed because I lost to him fair and square on Maggiore, but yeah, that car is just too rapid. it goes. And Plux is... Oh, yeah. Blue is gaining. Blue is gaining on Plux. Will Plux go for a two-stopper? Yeah, I think he will, right?
Yeah. He has to. He's got no fuel.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I didn't notice that.
He'll be stopping around with the rest of them around lap 21, 22. So I think Bottle Job and Jaggernaut and Plux will all be stopping in the next couple of laps, and that'll put Blue back into the lead with Spooky behind him. Johnny also will need to go in for a second stop.
Yeah, you're right. Johnny definitely needs to go in.
Oh, Johnny carrying a penalty at the moment as well.
Yeah, I think he got that before or after he got into the pits, or maybe he's gotten one after that. I'm not really sure. But it's so easy to get a penalty on Monza. Yeah. Especially with the track limits Polyphony has made for it. Oh, and we see Senna just drifting through the second chicane. And Senna is desperate for fuel, so he's going in within the next few.
That will be good news for Paul, because he's closing on Senna at the moment. That will save him losing time.
Yeah, Senna broke way too hard into the second chicane and just started sliding through it. So yeah. He's lucky he didn't actually go off track. And oh, okay. Yeah, Plux has a penalty as well, so I think he's been a little too risky with track limits.
Okay, so this is where the race is about to show its true hand. In the next couple of laps, the two stoppers will make their final stop, and we should then have a dash to the line. Blue is closing quite rapidly on Plux at the moment. It's down to 2 seconds.
Yeah,
but I think Plux will probably stop before Blue catches him, I think.
I'm still amazed that Plux is able to keep that thing on the road. The few times I've driven that, I can't get a grip around that Renault.
No.
Let's take a look at Mickey.
Tires are looking decidedly second-hand as well.
I feel bad for Mickey. He's been alone all race.
Yeah.
The reason why Gadget isn't racing JC is because he's been on vacation for season 4. And now he's finally back, so he's going to do the last 3 races with me as a commentator.
I'll be back for the final season of our deck, season 5, don't you worry. And hello JC, long time no speak. Yeah, poor old Mickey. He's got Dennis is his closest rival, 17 seconds down the road.
Well, as it looks now, when I rejoin the championship for the last one, I'll be racing against Dennis and Mickey, I think. So
quite likely. As I said, it's because we wanted to fill Tier 1, we promoted quite a few more people than we should have done. There's quite a few sabbaticals returning to Tier 1 next season. Myself, Muller, Rockboy, and who's the 4th one? Ricey, presuming that they do come back.
Oh.
So there will be 4 drivers being relegated from Tier 1, so bottom 4, so quite a relegation battle going on.
Well, I've raced against KLS, so if he gets relegated, it's going to be good to race against him again.
Yeah,
I think he's on the bottom at the moment.
Okay, so get ready with the leaders, because I'm expecting them all to come into the pits this lap. The top 3.
Yeah, I'm seeing it now. Yeah, it looks like they're going. Yeah, they're going in. A bottle with 1% left.
So Jaggernaut could jump Bottle Job here because he's got a bit more fuel. But Blue is going to take the lead, as expected.
Johnny has gone in as well.
Spooky in second.
And we have...
And Brit gets... Oh, is Brit going to come out? Oh no, Brit's not managed to quite get into 3rd.
No, Jaggernaut and Ball Job got in front.
Yeah, that was important for Jag and Bottle Job there to stay out in front of Brit on slightly worn tyres. These guys could have a battle to the end now, though, because in fairness, Brit's tyres are not bad, as we know he looks after them. So he should be able to stay with these guys if he can stay in the slipstream.
How's the gap between Spooky and Blue at the moment?
1.7.
Okay. So no immediate battles there.
No, it's just outside of slipstream range, so...
And yeah, looks like Bottle and Jag have a little bit higher speed than Paul at the moment. And he's dropping off. 2 seconds now almost to bottle from Brett.
You see how important that was. If Paul would have just been a 3/4 of a second further down the road, he would have been in front of these guys, and he would have been a problem to pass.
Yeah. We have Plux down in 6th. I think he'll be able to defend or stay ahead of Johnny, but I don't think he's going to be able to catch up to the guys in front.
Plux is still in his own little race there at the moment. In 6th, he's got 6 seconds in front and 8 and a bit seconds behind him. So, yeah, all the action is the front 2 and 3rd and 4th.
And Glover is 3.1 ahead of Senna. Senna is 1.4 ahead of Lav. And it's 8 seconds down to KLS from Vlav again. Dennis has passed KLS before the first chicane and is up in 11th.
Okay, I missed that battle.
Perky's trying to catch up to them. See if we can see a little pass of that.
Well, they're some way down the order, but at least they've got a bit of excitement anyway. It's what it's all about if you've got somebody to battle with.
Mm-hmm. One thing I've usually found myself in when I've raced in Tier 1 or before I left Tier 2 is I was either too far away from the guys in front of me or too far ahead of the guys in behind me. So it was a lot of boring races, but also, fun on most of them. So.
Well, I think probably when you were racing and in the earlier times. Oh, it's a move for 4th place into the first chicane.
Bottle did the slipstream pass and gets ahead before the first. Man, that Mazda just screams, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's like a mini 787B, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm watching now the gap between Bottle Job and Blue, because Blue's gonna have tires which are 4 or 5 laps older because he's doing the 1 stop. So both of these cars in 3rd and 4th, Bottle and Jag, are on fresh tires. They should close down that gap. We could have an interesting last 3 or 4 laps here. But it's quite a big gap, that's the only thing. It's 16.5 seconds from Bottle to Blue.
On another note, I see that Plux is gently inching closer to Paul in the handling sections of the track.
Yeah, well, it's a similar scenario. I mean, Paul's got the older tires because he's on a 1 stop. Plux is on a 2 stop. So Plux should be able to reel him in towards the end of the race.
And I can see there's barely a second between Blue and Spooky at the moment. And how's the tires of the two? Spooky with a little bit more.
A little bit more, yeah. Yeah, fuel obviously doesn't matter anymore. They're both, I think, got plenty of fuel.
And Spooky cut the second chicane a little bit too much and got slapped with a 1 second penalty. So he's got to shake that off before he can pass.
This is potentially Spooky's best chance of a win since he's returned to the series.
What
He's in a
happened
good car.
in season 3? Was that a sabbatical from him?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
sabbatical. Schoolwork exams, I think. Spooky is really pushing to try and stay with blue. I suspect. Oh, he's close. He's not in a bad position for a slipstream. I know, but he's still carrying that half-second penalty.
Yeah, he needs to get rid of that first.
Yeah, but he's in an ideal spot for a pass if he didn't have that penalty.
Oh. Remember, Spooky, don't pass yet.
Yeah, I think he knows. He shaped up. I think he was just trying to put blue off a little bit there.
Take a look back. There's 1.5
third and fourth.
between
for third and fourth into the first chicane.
Oh, again?
Still Spooky and Jag still at it.
And we have less than just over a second between Plux and Paul at the moment. There's going to be another battle.
So probably 6 more laps of racing.
And Spooky's passed Blue.
And he's carrying a penalty. Spooky.
Oh,
what no. What are you doing, man?
I think that happened through the Lesmos. And, Blue broke to shake off his penalty, and Spooky went past. How does that work? Blue was carrying a penalty, and he shook it off in the Lesmo, and Spooky went past. How does that work in the rules?
Well, Spooky still shouldn't pass if he's carrying a penalty. He should have given the position back. Sorry, I wasn't watching your replay. I was watching my live pictures.
Yeah, we have a close battle with Paul and Plux at the moment. He's right up the exhaust pipes. He's going on the inside into the last turn, and he's ahead of Paul. Nice and easy.
Yeah, he's got substantially better tyres. But I think Paul could get him back down the main straight.
He does have the power.
And the draft. Wow, that Renault is faster than I thought.
I have a feeling Paul's in a fuel save mode or something. I mean, I know that car can go faster than 260, so why is that?
Yeah. He might be. He looks a little under-fueled compared to everybody apart from Plux, who is in a car which burns the most fuel.
1.2 gap between Bottle and Jaggernaut at the moment. And Spooky still hasn't let Blue past.
No.
Is Spooky even aware of that rule? He should be aware of that rule.
It's been around for
a couple of seasons now. 3
or 4.
Yeah.
I think season 2. I think it was introduced.
Yeah, trial season, wasn't it?
Yeah. And then we voted on it at the end.
Yeah.
It was modified a little bit for season 3.
Blue's going past.
Yeah.
Spooky did not make it easy though. Oh, side by side.
Yeah, I think Blue's got it done.
Nice move
now
from
this
Blue.
Is, I think, unfortunately, Spooky's penalty is going to help Plux, because I think if he gets his mandatory 30-second penalty for a pass with Penn, I think he's going to drop down behind Plux, isn't he? Plux
yeah,
and Brit.
Yeah. They're
And Johnny.
19 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah,
20.
Johnny is 27 seconds, so at this rate he'd drop down to 7th, and everybody above Johnny will move up one.
Glover's
It's
40
really
seconds
unfortunate,
behind.
but rules are rules. Everybody knows them.
Absolutely. And Spooky's ahead of Blue again. Where did that happen?
But into a Scary side by side.
It's a good battle between them two, though.
Yeah, same cars. Blue with substantially better tyres at the moment, but it doesn't seem to be slowing Spooky down.
Spooky strong in that Jag. I know that. I do know that.
I think he's always used it, hasn't he? So he knows it very well.
Yeah. Like I said, I've never been able to beat him when I've raced him in that Jag. Oh, and Blue.
I think Blue's got it done.
Yep.
Yeah, good move. So Plux is actually closing up on Juggernaut now. He's 5 seconds behind. I don't know whether he's going to have enough 3 laps, 4 laps, whether he'll be able to do anything about that. But he's got better tyres.
Well, if you see, Juggernaut has better rear left tires, but not by much. I don't know if Plux is able to catch up that fast, but anything can happen.
Yeah.
We know how fast Plux were on the wet spa circuit, so.
Yeah, I think that's a double-edged sword. I think one of the reasons the Renault was so good in the wet conditions is because it uses its tires. You want a car that actually does use its tires in the wet. But the downside of that is in the dry, it wears its tires a lot more as well. So typically the cars which are very good on tires are not so good in the wet as those that are heavy on tires, because you're not getting the maximum grip out of them.
Oh wow! I think Spooky has torched his front left at the moment.
Yeah, it's looking very sorry for itself.
And he's got another penalty on him. Maybe that's just a bugged one. But over the 2 seasons I've seen Blue, I must say he has been the one that I've seen in most battles on track.
Yeah.
Especially with Plux. Haven't been that much this season, but last season there was nothing but battles between them, and yeah, he's really been in the spotlight.
And the championship should have been closer had Blue not, shall we say, read the rule book more closely.
Yeah.
Because some of those penalties last season were not due to bad driving. They were like pit lane exit, passing with pen, stuff like this, which is it's just unfortunate. It would have been a much closer championship. So I don't think Plux is closing quick enough to get Juggernaut. It's still 4 seconds. It was 5 seconds when we checked a few laps ago.
Yeah.
And there's only 2 laps 2.5 laps. Yeah, 2 more complete laps. Oh, good battle now for 6th and 7th. Johnny Hodgson right up with Britt.
Whoa! He's driven himself fast up.
Yeah. And if he'd not had the incident with Nessie, he would have been even better, I think.
Yeah.
Because he definitely slowed down to try and let Nessie pass before realizing that Nessie had quit or disconnected, whatever happened to him.
But I'm not sure about the contact between them two, because it didn't look like Johnny pushed Nessie out in any way.
Oh, here he goes
Yeah.
into turn one, Johnny Hodgson.
Showing the Porsche that it's competitive.
Porsche's good on brakes. Yeah.
Good job, Johnny.
Yeah. And I think he just needs to focus on bring that home in sixth.
There's 1.2 seconds between Paul and Johnny already, so yeah, he's got a lot more pace. Paul's tire. Oh wow, yeah, Paul's tires are just starting to die. Yeah, Nessie, he waited for you. I think he thought he hit you off. Why? He didn't do anything, Nessie says. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I saw as well. It didn't look like Johnny hit Nessie in any way. Just a slight door banging.
It was just suspicious because there were three of you going into the chicane, and then suddenly you were going straight on, and he was slowing down. So it was almost like the fact he was acting guilty made it look as if he was.
He hit Paul, but not him, he says.
Ah, okay. Yeah, Plux is dropping back from Juggernaut now, so I think that is done and dusted.
Yeah. But it's been an entertaining race.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Some good battles. Well, we've still got a lap and a bit to go, so I think the two positions which are up for grabs are still Blue and Spooky and Bottle and Jag. There's around a second between both of them.
Berkey has lost all concentration now. He seemed to just be fishtailing through the first Les Mols and the second Les Mols, and I think he's lost all. Oh yeah, he was on the gravel, dirty tires, struggled to get the car rolling. Wow, it just looks like he's driving on ice. His tires aren't that bad either. So yeah. Mickey.
Oh, you know what? I'm looking at Juggernaut's fuel, and if there's another lap to go.
Oh.
Oh no.
No,
we're not going to do another lap.
But,
so it's a 32 lapper then.
Does he have enough?
Oh no, sorry, they're on the 33rd lap now.
Does he have enough fuel to get over the line? That's the big question now.
Yeah, it is, because Plux could catch him. Who's the yellow flag? What's that? Oh, is that somebody doing a spin finish?
Yeah, probably. And
oh, look! Juggernaut right up. Oh, he's finished.
Yeah. Congrats, Blue. Congrats.
Well done, Blue.
Very good race from everyone.
Blue, we believe there could be a stewards inquiry, but you'll be pleased to see it's. If anyone is going to suffer, it's probably going to be Spooky. We had a feeling he passed you while carrying a penalty. About 6-7 laps from the end. Needs to be investigated.
Damn it.
Dennis is still last man to finish on the road.
No. Oh. Yeah, Dennis.
He's not last place, but he's the last one to cross the line. Yeah, well done. Good race all.
was definitely a good race, for sure.
Who was third? Bottle?
Yeah, third bottle.
Blue, Spooky, and Bottle.
Nice.
Okay, I'm gonna skedaddle.
Yeah, thanks for commentating with me.
Yeah, you didn't sound too bad. You sound like you recovered a little bit. Maybe the adrenaline kicked in.
Yeah, the head actually feels a lot better now. So my head feels a lot better now. So, but yeah, in the early hours and midday, I just felt like someone had punched me or taken two hands to the sides of my head and just started squeezing. Yeah, very weird.
Right. Well, hopefully, when I could join, at least I relieved the pressure to keep talking the whole time.
Yeah.
Good. All right. Well, hopefully I'll see you same time, same place next week. Depends on how many people show up.
Yeah.
It's a very well attended race. Okay, I'm off.
Yeah.
Cheers, Kim.
Yeah.
Have a good week.
Thanks for joining. You too.
Yeah, thanks for letting me be your sidekick. Cheers. Bye bye.
All right. With that said, Blue. Yeah. I forgot to ask Gadget about that. If two people have, I don't know, because when you hit the brakes to get rid of your penalty, Spooky pass. So I'm not sure about how that rule works. Yeah. I don't know. It's up for the guys that knows more than me. But I am so glad that Gadget was able to join me and have someone in chat and take some of the talking pressure off today. And he will be back next week. And next week will be what track? Blue Moon Speedway Infield A in the Group 2 machines. It will be a formation lap, and that's going to be interesting to see. So yeah, yeah, it's up for the guys to decide. Blue. I can't say more. Bloomin' Oval? No. I don't want to see any oval racing. It's just too boring for me. Yeah. But that is it for me. The headset didn't actually feel too bad to have on with the head pounding I've had today. But yeah. Thanks all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the playback. And yeah, I've been a little reduced today because of the second dose. But hey, Dennis. Yeah. So yeah, come back next week for round number 7, and we are almost done with season 4 already. So it's one gone by in a flash. That is me saying good night and stay awesome, and see you in Discord. Bye bye.